Hey, Vinyl Community, Jeff back. Time for another thread, or in this case, he calls it a challenge. But yeah, this is some fun stuff that I figure I would tackle. This is for Boz over at that Vinyl channel. And he's actually using it to kind of push to try to get to the 3,000 subscriber mark. But it's just basically a thread challenge that is kind of interesting. I've seen variants of this, but not really. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to try. What he's looking for is the Twisted Twofers. He's looking for at least 8 examples, which I stopped at 8 just to keep it quick, of 2 of the same album cover on 2 different types of media. Any media you could think of. It could even be books or whatever if you had an album that was matching a book. Let's get right into this. I tried to find some different variations. Obviously, I could have showed 8, 10, 100 CD and albums because I have a lot of things on CD and vinyl, but we're going to try and twist it up a little bit, kind of like what he did. First off, we're going to have a DVD live concert, Dark Side of the Moon by Dream Theater, which was also available as a CD. It was also available, I believe I have this on vinyl too, but the covers were not the same when they released the vinyl. They did all that weird kaleidoscope stuff. But the DVD and CD issue are the same cover for their entire play. They play from start to finish Dark Side of the Moon. They did that for quite a few albums, and these are the official bootleg series where they released that. And then this one's interesting, and it's really the same cover. But here's the thing. Daniel Amos Alarma. This album, it's a pretty popular album for Daniel Amos, even though I know a lot of you probably don't know it. But same exact cover. It's actually the same cover, but they slam a big sticker on here that says it's a radio special. So it's the same cover and everything. It's got same front, same back, but the album inside of it is a totally different album because it's an interview of the band. So it is the same cover with a label stuck on top of it to differentiate it from the actual album itself. So I'm thinking that still counts because it's the same cover, but different content format of, the same type of related album. All right, anyways, going on to the next one. Creed, My Own Prison. The single is the same as Creed, My Own Prison, the album, only a minor color change to give it a little differentiation. So there's a single that they pretty much mimicked with that. All right, here's one fun that, again, probably obscure, but this was actually some obscure stuff here. 7 and 7 is, this is a CD EP that was also released as a 7-inch single. The only difference is the glossy cover versus the flat on the CD. Same cover. This was a fun stuff that they added extras for a Kickstarter program a couple years ago. All right, now here's one. This is interesting, and maybe it fails because it's not the exact same cover, but it's interesting to note what they did here, and I'm not even sure why they did that. So the movie A Mighty Wind, you see the cover there? Well, when the vinyl record came out, it's pretty much the same cover, but what they did is they've pushed everybody together into a group, overlapped them, chopped them up, photoshopped them, whatever you want to call. But I also noticed that they totally cut these guys out on the actual movie. So now I'm curious because I'm wondering why they made it to the album, maybe because they're on the album, but why they cut them out of the movie. So it's essentially the same cover. It's just that it has been manipulated to fit on a different format, and they spread it out wide for the album version. So I found that kind of interesting how they did that. All right, and here's one similar to the other, but this is a vinyl situation. So here's Alice Cooper's Live at Hammersmith, the Theater of Death situation. And so this is actually, while it does have a CD, this is actually the DVD release, but it does have a CD in here also. So it is considered a DVD. It's in a CD case. So I don't know what you want to call it, CD, DVD combo. And then, of course, we have it on vinyl also. That was released later on. And actually, the vinyl came with another DVD. So same cover. Here's a separate DVD. So now I've got 2 DVD. I could probably say, well, anyway, 2 DVDs and a CD and a vinyl, all with the same cover there. So interesting little play there. All right, and this is just some fun here. We've got CD, Weapons of Our Warfare by Deliverance. This is actually a gold disc CD, which they were doing a lot of those to fight disc rot. And then here is a picture disc of the album. Been thinking of something recently. I'm trying to figure. I've got a handful of picture discs. I'm not a huge picture disc collector, but I have a handful of them because I do have some that I collect. And I'm thinking I should do something with them rather than just have them in the system here. Decorate or something to display them. But anyway, picture disc, slightly different from a regular vinyl record. Fun playing there. And then I could have shown a handful of. I don't have many cassettes, but I do have 4 or 5 or 6 that are also on other formats. Andy McCarroll, More Support. Now, this is a little different, but okay, so here's the cover. Well, let's see, we only need to see the front. So this is the actual cover of the cassette. It's just J-carded around like that. And then the record, of course, is the same. Now, the back of the record matches the back of the cassette. So, it does fold out one more step to show this poor other guy that's way over here on the back of the album. So the other thing I just noticed is it just the cassette says Moral Support. The album says Andy McCarroll and Moral Support. So not exactly sure why. I mean, Andy did solo stuff and then he kind of did this album. I'm not sure why. And these are both from the same time frames. I'm not sure if there's different labels or what. Anyway, I've had this forever because I bought it back in the day when I had this, but there's never been a CD reissue of this that I know of back in the day. So I wanted something that wasn't popping and cracking. So years ago, decades ago, I bought that. So anyway, cassette and vinyl. Just some fun stuff there. Check out the link below. I'll show link to Bob's channel, and you can have some fun with this too. Just show different formats. Like I said, if you've got 8 tracks, he showed laser discs, all kinds of things where you could have similar, same cover, but different formats. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'll see you later. Rock on and rock hard.